everybody, happy Sunday. So I'm starting my 25 days of Christmas, and that means that I'm gonna go live 25 days in a row. So it's December 1st. It snuck up on me just a little bit. So we'll do some DIY projects. We are going to decorate the front porch, my truck, and do all those kinds of things over the next month. It's really overcast today. It's flurried on and off today, and I am, of course, in a dark corner of my room, or of the dining room. And so I have a little light here to kind of help a little bit, but I apologize for the crappy lighting. I do not decorate that much for Christmas. We do have a Christmas tree, obviously, but I let the kids decorate it. So I take and let go of control and just let them figure out what they want to do. Pretty much we use all of their old Christmas ornaments that they've made at school and at church over the years, and they decorate it that way. So I kind of make a couple of spots in the house look pretty, and that's about it. So, hi Valerie. So I am in my workout gear. I am covered in the frost stuff that's on our Christmas tree, because that is the kind of Christmas tree that we have. And we were even vacuuming it up, and I was trying to vacuum my body and it didn't want to vacuum up. And I just wanted to mention that I love this sweatshirt. It is super soft and comfortable. I got it at Target, but every time I wear it, I snag it and then it starts to look nasty. So it's super soft, but it snags on freaking everything. So the space that I'm going to decorate today is in my dining room. You've probably seen this before. This is normally where I sit and I do my Sunday lives, which I will do a Sunday live tonight at 7, where I sell some items. And this is the spot that I had all decorated with pumpkins for fall. And every time I post a picture of this spot, somebody wants to buy the pictures and the scale. And they are not for sale at this point. I'm going to enjoy them for a little bit, and then maybe I will pass them along. But I really like them, and so I don't keep very much from the shop. But that's probably going to change a little bit now that the shop's going to be right outside the house and in the barn. So happy Thanksgiving, Penny. So the scale would have came with like a tray or something, and but it was missing. And so it's not very level. I stuck a dishcloth in there to just set plates on, because before I had just a stack of plates set on here. But in my mind, always when I'm getting ready to decorate, I don't like have a clear-cut game plan of what I'm going to do, but I do have some thoughts about like, oh, this would look cute together, and so then this is what I want to do. So this time, what I first thought of, I just found some vintage green bulbs. And I got these, I thought, together, but when I kept some of them, and I took some of them to the shop for Small Business Saturday yesterday, thinking that they were the same color family, but they're really not. So the ones on the bottom are more green, and these other ones that have like glitter patterns on them are a little bit more turquoise color, have a little more blue hint to them. So I just kind of hid the green ones at the bottom, and then I put the ones with the patterns at the top. I don't like the hearts as much, so when I put that in the space, I'm going to have those hearts towards the back. And then I do have a few more of this style at the shop, so I might snag a few more of those. But in my mind, what I wanted to do was have a wooden bowl of bulbs on the scale. But as I was just playing around with it, I don't really like it. I just don't think it has a good transition. Now I could set a couple plates on there to make a better transition, add some more layers between it. But as I was playing around, I just wasn't feeling it. So I shared not too long ago that I got this at the picking, and I had it at the shop, and so I brought it home this morning because I was thinking that I wanted to use it in this display. I ended up not really liking it because it is a lot truer white than everything else that I kind of have to work with for this space. So I think that it will probably go on my table because I try and do a little small holiday vignette there. And the reason that I was really thinking that I would like it is because my mom, everybody that's local knows that Pella has the Dutch store, what is it, Jarsma, I think, and Mom got a gingerbread house for us, and I thought this on the cake stand would be perfect, but when I tried it out, I just didn't like them together. So what I ended up doing first was reusing my bread tin, and really because I just love the colors, and it gives me height variation in my display. And I'm pretty much sticking with the same items that I had before. So I had this transferware pitcher, and that was kind of the starting point of all of this. Then I decided that I liked kind of the round. I needed some more round things, so I used the plates, and I'm putting the smaller ones up here, I think, is what I did. I wanted to use, obviously, the gingerbread house somehow, some way. So because it already is on a cutting board or a wooden cardboard board, I took some of my larger plates and I placed them up here on the scale. Because how the plates are, it just looks better there. And then I decided I would put the bowl here in front, but it needed some more layers. And I've talked quite a bit about layers on my blog, just how adding layers and stacking things on top of things really changes the look. And you would think it wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it's an easy way to make a big difference. So by adding the plates and putting them underneath that wooden bowl, it's changing the height and it's changing the color, which just makes it better. So you don't have wood on wood. The white is breaking it up a little bit. So that's kind of what I started with. And then I stole some greenery from the shop. So most of this still has the price tags on it, which I will take off if I'm going to keep it here. And even though I'm always changing my decor at the shop, at home, I honestly just decorate it and leave it. I think because I'm always changing at the shop, I get that out of my system, and so I don't feel the need to constantly change up my decor at home. So we've got greenery on the right, so I wanted to have something on the left. Originally, when I picked out the greenery, I picked out a lot of frosted stuff and brought that home, but I just didn't like it when I put it in the space. I brought the frosted because I don't normally change out my springy wreaths. So to kind of Christmas it up, I just stuck a Santa hat on it. And when I put the Santa hat on it, it did kind of shift it because I just have it hanging from some twine. And so what I did is I just rolled up a ball of duct tape, stuck that behind the wreath in the glass of the window, and just kind of sandwiched that wreath in place so that the heaviness of the Santa hat wouldn't slide it over. This way it would stay in center. And then so I need some greenery up here on top. So I went with these because they kind of had a little bit of like frosted feel to them, but I did like that they had some pops of red. My house, most of it is like neutrals, whites, blues, and greens, other than my bedroom, which is black. But that's kind of the consistent area among the public space, okay? So having some pops of red I thought would be a nice touch for Christmas. So then just kind of looking at having this other transferware picture in here, I thought that I needed some layers here on the blue one. So I'm adding some books to get that a little bit of height. And then I have a lot of vintage Christmas books and paper products that I want to display some way. The books are easier because they're sturdy, but a lot of things are paper. So I'll use clothespins or clips, and you know, like I could really have clipped like a sheet music of a Christmas story or song or something, and use paper clips to clip them on here, or clothespins to clip them on there as well. So those are some ways that I would hang or display the paper products in my house. So I felt like this transferware needed to be a little bit taller, and so I put some books in there. And how you put your handles and angle things, it really does make a difference on how something looks. So when you do it, just try it one way, step back, look at it, and then decide, okay, if I turn it a little bit, is it going to make it look more pleasing to the eye? That is something that I just look at, and I can play like, yes, I don't like it, no, I like it. I can't always like put a word to why I do or don't like it, but I just have that feeling. So then I will just keep playing around and angling it. Okay, so the next thing, I need some greenery for my vases. This hanging scale, which you can see here in the camera, I love it, but it does limit how high I can go here on this left-hand side. So I actually thought that I would stick some greenery in it this time, so I'm going to turn it the other way. And this is a basket that would have been used to weigh chickens so that they couldn't squirm around. And by doing that, it gives me a little bit more room to go tall on in the vase there, because what happens is I pretty much ran out of the smaller greenery, and so I needed to go a little bit bigger. So to get this more height, I'm just filling it in with some different greenery. And then taking the smaller pick and adding it to it just so I can get some red in there. And then I do have some red berries at the shop. So either I'm thinking I'm going to bring home some red berry picks and stick into the scale basket, or a couple of Christmas cards I need to bring back and probably work into this display. So a Christmas card might look cute up there, something red to kind of draw the eye up there. So here's what we've got so far. And then kind of to repeat the book, even though it's going to cover up my awesome scale, I needed a place to display this. This is something that I got on a pick this summer, and it's a St. Nicholas Christmas book, and it is just awesome, I think. It's very old. I can't even remember how old it was, but I love the red color. It's very subtle, so I wanted to use it someplace. Now, kind of to repeat my woods, I have this tree topper. I normally don't even use it as a tree topper. I use it as decor. And so I'm just going to add that up there, and I think that's not bad. I have had a couple of other books in here to make this a little bit taller. Let's see what it looks like that way. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Man down. I actually think I like it lower. So you just keep playing until you figure out what you like. Then here in the front, I feel like I need some other layers. I need to have something else. So I went and stole this green clock from the living room. I haven't ever hung it. I normally just angle it, set it at its side, on the side. So I'm going to nestle it in here. And then kind of come back in here with some smalls. So pulling some butter pats. Here's where I was thinking that I wanted to bring in another Christmas, a Christmas card, because with these metal flower frogs, like I've taken Christmas bulbs at the shop and used these to display the Christmas bulbs, because you can just turn them upside down, and then you know, the round part that you'd put a hook on stabs in here to these the pointy parts of the frog, and will hold that bulb up. And so then you're getting pops of color, which I think just sticking bulbs and things really helps with making something seem festive and holiday. So I would probably put a little Christmas card in here. At least that's what I'm thinking. So when I do it, I might like it, I might not like it. And then I've saved a few cookie cutters from my grandma. I can remember eating mini Santas and this style of Santa. They must have been the ones that I really liked because there was more cookies, so they were softer, not so crunchy. And so I would just stick him up here somewhere, and really you could probably do, whoa, I'm dropping everything. You can really stick him up here and have him be some of my red until I get some red berries. And then we've got this little angel that will stand up nicely here on the butter pats. And then we can stick Santa in here somewhere. And one idea that I've had is, again, to use like to use some of that duct tape, make a little ball of it, stick it on something. This is probably not sticky anymore. And then that will help hold your guy up. So I might need to get some more tape. That way you can stick them in, lean them on a piece of greenery. I like it like that way better. So we could stick them here if I could get it to stay. And I want my hearts to the back. You could get some tinsel garland and stick in here as well. But then that's what I ended up doing for my Christmas display. And then you guys can tell me if you think this next thing is a good idea. I really felt like I needed some height over here, and I have a blue column in the house. And I asked the family, and majority was no, don't do that. And then I just on a pick, like last week, I got a brown one, and I was hoping it was a little bit shorter, but it's really not. But I could see that either staying or not staying. You know, you could probably do, I don't know. Since Santa's hat here, I probably wouldn't hang a stocking or a wreath on it, but I don't know. I just kind of like having height. I wish it was just a little bit shorter, but I can always cut it shorter if I want to. So curious your opinion on the column, if that is a stay or go thing. So here's my display for Christmas in the dining room, and gonna have to remove some price tags, but stay tuned if you want to come back with me every day. 25 days of Christmas, we're gonna go live. So if you are not getting notifications that are telling you that I'm gonna go live, hopefully when you pop in here, there where the comment section is, a lot of times it will ask you if you want to get notified that I'm going live. The other thing is once this video posts, if you click on it, then you can go to the 3 dots in the top right hand corner, and a drop down menu will come up, and it'll ask you if you want to get notified when I go live. Okay, so hopefully I'll see you all back on here tonight at 7 p.m. and I'll be selling some junk. All right, have a good rest of your day.